If you've ever tried to meditate before, you know how relaxing it can be. It can take your busy mind from a buzzing mess to a calming whisper. And that's exactly what we're going to do tonight. This guided meditation will take you from the busy, buzzing brain to a more relaxed mindset as you get ready for bed. The busy day is behind you and a restful night is ahead of you. And it only takes a few minutes to make this transition, but it can be an incredibly important shift. Some people try to use their phones to make this transition, but scrolling through social media can feel a lot more of the same. So I hope this video finds you well and you're able to close your eyes and just listen for a moment. Listen to your body and your mind and what it's trying to tell you. Let your eyes settle behind your eyelids and enjoy this next moment of silence as we take a few deep and intentional breaths. Making this transition is something that we do every day, but sometimes we do it better than other times. It takes some careful positioning to get your brain into a spot where it's ready to go to bed. Especially these days, our brains are very used to thinking and feeling and processing every piece of information that we see. But these 8 hours that we get at night, they're not filled with as many things to process, so our minds start to wander. And that's part of the thing that I hear most from people who are having a hard time meditating. They can't seem to turn their brains off. And what I say to those people is that it's not our jobs to turn our brains off. We don't have to turn them off. They're going to do that on their own. What we have to do is just sit with our thoughts long enough to get them tired. Because those buzzing thoughts will eventually tire themselves out. During the day, we have countless distractions to keep them going and keep them buzzing. But now, all we have is focusing on our breath. And for our buzzing brains, that can probably seem pretty boring. And so eventually they'll just get bored and wind down. And the longer you listen to this or sit with your own thoughts by yourself, the more chances you give your brain to start to turn off certain areas. If you can imagine your brain like one of those imaging machines where you see different parts of the brain light up at different times. This is the part where one by one, different regions of the brain start to dim. Where there once was bright shining lights of activity, they're starting to fade. And once there was buzzing, but now it's a low hum. And that sound is replaced by the sound of your breath. Breathing in and out. Now realize that you don't have to do anything right now. You laying here, horizontal, with your eyes closed, is a form of rest. You're already doing it. If you go into the transition between being awake and being asleep with any sort of judgment, your brain will start to think about that judgment. And so now that you're laying here, you can remove that judgment and tell yourself that you're doing it right, that you're laying here and your eyes are closed and you're feeling more relaxed and you're on your way towards a restful night's sleep. And as you lay here, recognizing how good just 5 minutes of deep rest can feel, try to extend that courtesy all the way through a full night's rest. Now, if you still have a hand on your phone, without opening your eyes, reach your thumb over to the sleep button and give your phone the same break that you're about to give yourself, and just go ahead and put it to sleep. I'm going to let the sound of white noise fade out over the next 5 minutes. I hope you get a good night's sleep.